Check, 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 check. We in the building. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. We got
some the chat's popping off.
Chat's popping off. Chris Ramirez, what's up? He's in the building. He says hello. We got Saint La Croissant, our guy. We see your team Marseille right now. Still in the match in the French Cup against PSG. Remember to Sleep is in the building. What's up? We got a lot of people. They're ready. Everybody's ready. Reese Hader's in the building. I mean, Reese James fan. We got a lot of people, y'all. Welcome. You are now tuned in to Starter Bench Live, the best and most famous and popular, absolute wonderful Chelsea-themed live stream, interactive live stream, where you guys get a chance to vote with us, real Chelsea fans, on our inflated roster and all things Chelsea. Tap on in. We're so excited to see you guys. So excited to talk Chelsea. A lot to talk about as fans and lovers of this team these days. Alexis, what's up with you? What are we talking about today, by the way? What's happening?
Oh, I could be better, guys, but it's okay because we're going through this together. We're suffering.
We're all in this together.
We don't have to suffer alone. We suffer together. Let's get into it today.
The elephant is in the room. The elephant has made it.
Right. So the last time we did the stream, we didn't have a head coach yet. We've got Liam Rossigna as our head coach now.
Liam Rossigna. Well, I just want to disambiguate. I was calling him Rosenwau last week, and nobody knows how to pronounce his name, but I've seen a couple of interviews now. We've done some research on Mr. Rossigna, so we'll be talking about him a lot. Yes.
And then we're just going to be radically honest and talk about where should we expect to finish. I feel like if we look at the beginning of the season to now, we were not – I definitely wasn't expecting this, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Despite our youth and inconsistencies, the bar is very low right now.
The bar is quite low. We're going to be talking about that, right? Our expectations and whatnot.
And then we'll talk about the last two games that we just had. So today we'll talk about those past two games, and then we'll get into these other topics.
We got a lot to talk about. It's Chelsea all day. Reese fan, I'm just going to answer this question. Yes, I'm going to do a watch party promptly after this. We got Arsenal versus Liverpool. We just want to see where other people in the table are doing it and see if we can get anywhere closer. But before we get into Rossigna and what the future of this club holds, let's talk about two games without Maresca.
Yeah.
Man City. Everybody was expecting us to get smashed.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
So I took some notes, and this was something I actually appreciated about Callum's approach. I appreciate as stepping in that we actually sat back the first half, which I didn't mind, and it was clearly evident because usually I feel like we see João Pedro running alone, just pressing, running around. But I could clearly see that it was a different setup, which was just us sitting back, allowing them to play, which in all honesty, I didn't mind doubling down on Haaland and man marking a bit.
Yeah.
I think it was safer because I think we thought City was going to get us 5-0, but those are long gone.
And so this is what I was thinking leading into that game. At the end of the day, one, we're Chelsea. We always do better against harder opposition, or perceived harder opposition. Two, we do better because we do have really good individuals. And in those games, it's the individuals that, those little moments of individual, that pops up.
Individuals.
So,
I have to back Enzo Fernandez. I have to say this season, he has been clutch. Dare I say world class? That might be crazy.
Don't dare. Don't you dare.
I think he's been fantastic. We've got to talk about these stats from the last game.
Okay. I know you're always coming with stats. So
he's been great.
Let me hear you out. Because before we get into those stats, I will say that I was really kind of intrigued. You talked about Callum, good on him, U21 coach, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Starting Tosin and Chalobah, was very worried about that. No, Reece James started too.
That was this past game.
No, he started them against City too. We had Badiashile and it was Badiashile and Chalobah.
Yeah.
This game. Yeah.
No, definitely sus.
Right. Mark Cucurella, I guess we were resting him. So
But
we
I
had
guess
Gusto.
we have to understand as fans that the medical staff, I guess, gets the final say. I don't think that was disclosed to us early.
Ever. Not until
It wasn't
Maresca
disclosed to
got
us.
pushed out, for sure. Yeah.
So now we know, I guess, if the medical staff says Fofana can't play another game because he has to be 2 games on, 1 game off,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. So I think they could have done better with informing us early on, because I still think Maresca's subs were a little bit wonky. But if a lot of this was due to the fact that the medical staff was like, okay, they can't play, then I think we should have been informed earlier. In my opinion.
Like, these are the things. Yeah. And we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
Just in terms of just being present in the media.
Yeah.
But
And then I think
all that was leading up to Enzo actually getting the start at, well, no, not against City. We're talking about City. I was going to talk about him getting started attacking mid against Fulham. I just got Fulham on the brain, but go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about, I mean, because City, I wrote down he was clutch. That's the word I use, because I think it's fair. He had the most tackles. He had 7 tackles. He had 7 duels won. All of this is the most. He had the most out of anybody on the field.
Yeah.
He had the most touches in the opposition's box at 4. He had 3 shots, 2 shots on goal. He had 2 chances created, and he had a goal.
Were those 2? Wait, were those 2 shots on goal that 1 attempt where he scored? I'm just trying to, stats are interesting.
He had 3 shots, 2 shots on goal.
Yeah. But you remember those 2 shots on goal where the cross, where he kicked it, City's keeper saved it, and then he scored. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay, hey, he's
just trying to keep us honest here. I'm just trying to.
And then, if we really want to know, he is the only Chelsea player that has more goal involvements than he had. Cole Palmer has 35. Enzo Fernandez has 34. That's where he's at with goal involvement.
Is it in 2 seasons or in multiples, or this season?
Collectively.
Okay.
Out of Chelsea players, compared to Cole Palmer, he's got 34 goal involvements.
Okay.
And that's Palmer with 35. So I think that just attests to how present he has been this season, even though for us there are those games where we're like, huh? But honestly, there's probably been at least 5 episodes where I've been saying, like, okay, these are the stats. Whether we like it or not, Enzo is present on the field.
Yes.
He has a presence.
Yeah. And I've completely accepted that. I'm totally with you on that. Like, I think Enzo needs to be recognized as a senior leader even on Chelsea's team.
He's vice captain.
And vice captain. I agree with you based on that City game. Like, he came to play. A lot of people were kind of shying away. He was up and down that field making tackles, screaming at teammates. He got pulled off, I want to say, at some point. Did he play 90? I can't even remember.
He played 90 because he scored the winner in the
he scored the 90-minute winner. Yeah, I keep blending it with Tottenham.
Respectfully, that game was boring.
That game was trash.
Respectfully,
I don't even know if I can even say respectfully. The only thing respectful about it is that we didn't drop all 3 points. But that game was trash.
That was such a bad game.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh.
It's interesting. And so it was funny that you highlighted Callum, because again, good on you for, coming and stepping up. But like, that was not a good showing. I thought it got even worse.
I didn't think either team was good though. I thought City was just as bad.
But I think that's City all year. Everybody's so, like, oh man, City's going to challenge Arsenal and all of that. Like, City has been putting in like lackluster performances pretty much consistently throughout the year. They can't score. They seem to lose interest when they have 90% possession, and then they get scored on, counterattacked, all that. So it was a game. It was kind of what I was expecting from that standpoint. But let's not get it twisted. They beat up on us too. But I think it should have been 4-1. They had so many attempts. I mean, Haaland cutting in and smacking it off the inside of the post.
I don't think we wouldn't have lost 4-1 to City. No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know. It like the whole game, I was pissed off. Like, I just remember being pissed off and then being like that last minute thing where it was individual brilliance, almost akin to the PSG game where it's just like Malo Gusto decides to do something risky. makes a move, and then just plays an early ball. And yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I think both teams were poor.
Yeah.
And at this point, so when we played City, that was our 6th winless game in a row at that point. And on the other end, getting into Fulham, did you have any other notes on the City game?
Only that it was misleading in the fact that I'm glad we got a point. It shows our gall, but we play like we were trash. City was mid, and we were trash. But yeah, that's all.
I don't think I can confidently say we were trash. I think we were a lot better the second half.
We were,
but I think,
which was also weird because Esteval got.
I think this attests to the fact that like individually we have really good players. Right. Someone needs to get a hold of us as a team. Speaking of Liam, we're not going to talk about him till a little bit later, but he did quote and say like the potential is scary, and I can attest to that because it's like we have players who get it done, like Liverpool, Esteval getting the winner.
Yes.
Alba getting the goal against Arsenal, us winning and beating Barcelona, and then also tying against City. Like we're definitely capable. We need someone who can manage our team well and our players.
Yeah. So City with the kind of hope of tying City and then going into Fulham. What were you expecting with Fulham?
Oh my gosh, what was I expecting with Fulham?
I guess that's like you know what I mean? It's like
my thing is I wasn't expecting us to lose.
Yeah, facts.
The thing is, at this point, I'm so used to draws right now. It's sick. It is sick.
So now it's 1 in 9 games, or we haven't won in.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I want to say it's 10. Oh no, we've only won 1 of 9 games. Yes, we've only won 1 of 9 games. Okay, yeah, we have to talk about Fulham. First of all, we've got 5 red cards in the Premier League season. That's double than any other team this season. Yeah. That's an issue, especially from Cucurella. I just didn't expect that from him. He must be off. Something must be off because I can't see him committing such a naive foul.
It was a really weird foul. I will say that I can't put too much blame on Cucurella. It was we've had, I want to say 3, possibly 4 red cards in the exact same way this season.
From playing too high and letting your man get behind you.
Yes, where they play a long ball.
That is your fault, though.
That was Bob Sanchez got caught in that same thing.
Yeah.
Chalobah got caught in that same thing, and now Cucurella. So when does that become a personnel error versus a system error?
That's a defensive error. As the goalkeeper is getting ready to punt, he should have already been running with Harry Wilson.
I agree, but I also don't put that all on Cucurella because he goes up in inverts, right? So if we're up the field, that's actually a center back issue. When there's no pressure on the ball, you drop.
We should have learned our lesson from Man United that it's better to go down a goal than down a man. I will stand by that.
So you think Cucurella should have just allowed a very informed Harry Wilson to have a free shot in the box since he got beat over the top?
We have to learn our lesson from Man United. It is better to play a player down, or it's better to play a goal down than a player down. It costs us. It costs us physically. We already know we can't do the same rotations. We already know we can't play the same players each time. So now this costs us physically. We're having to work harder. And now next game is up for grabs because we don't know who we're going to play now, and then we're tired. I just think that was naive of him, and his standards like here. I think he's
he's been the most consistent, most, right? Like just above Caicedo this year in terms of play, for sure.
Yeah, Delap's worth talking about. I think
both games.
Oh, both games, yes. And I think Callum had said he deserved to start, which I think is actually fair. I think Delap's hold-up play is great, 100%.
Yeah.
He's got really good hold-up play. He's strong. He was definitely our best player. And it was a great goal. The goal was coming. obviously this is like way too late. I mean, we're halfway through the season and we're just now seeing this. So if you can continue on this trajectory, that could be good. I'm not going to go over here saying you're our lonesome striker, but that was good. This was his first 90-minute game since February 2025. First time he's played a whole game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is
I was very impressed with the hold up play. It's something that we've been looking for all season.
Yeah. He's strong, and now we probably need Palmer, Esteval, and Enzo closer to him to link up. Similarly, in the West Ham game early on in the season, when Delap and Esteval connected, if he can do that more consistently, then that'll work up top.
So where does João Pedro fit in this?
That's going to be tricky.
It's always been the question.
It's always been tricky. I mean, Delap, just because you played 2 games right now doesn't mean I trust you. Just because you played well these past 2 games.
Facts.
I do think Delap, he might thrive under a different system, because someone had said something. They had said Brentford is Delap's level. Like, that's his level, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely fair. The style of play that they play.
Yeah.
So it depends, because Liam, we'll talk about it more, but like if he likes to play more like attacking, aggressive football. So it might work for him.
I think Liam's style of play suits the Premier League. Yeah. Maybe João Pedro's style of play suits the Champions League. You know, like it's again, we still have a big roster.
He's not going to give us that huge strength up top. He's definitely going to be a bit more clinical and technical, but
definitely clinical and technical, but it's like maybe not the strength, but he does have the touch to link up. It's just when I see Liam have the strength to hold it up, he turns, he keeps the ball. Whenever João Pedro does it, he holds it up and then he's like juggling and then somehow loses it in the midfield.
Yeah, low key.
What are we doing? All right, let's get on to the survey, to the topics. So we got Liam Rossini.
I just want to talk about 2 other players real quick before we get into that. I think it's fair to call out Palmer. He's been quite poor. You've
been back for almost 2 months now, bro.
He's been poor, and it's like, hey, if you continue on this trajectory, we're finally going to see who you really are, which in my opinion, I do not think he's anywhere near a Ballon d'Or player candidate, this and that.
Yikes, we've lost faith?
Like that. No, I'm not saying I've lost faith. I just think people... I think they rate him way too highly. I am just upset personally. Why doesn't he get the same scrutiny for these cheeky little flicks, this and that just aren't working, and trying to meg? It's like, okay, we actually want to hold possession right now. So that's my frustration, is I feel like he doesn't get that same scrutiny, and he expects others to compensate for his errors.
Yeah.
And then I also just think it's worth talking about Neto. And I back Neto. I've definitely backed Neto as
Neto's your guy.
An attacker, because I love his industry. He works really hard, and that's something I've appreciated with his fitness. But right now, that's all you're giving us is just the fact that you work hard. You're not giving good crosses. It looks like you don't understand your attacking personnel.
Yeah.
So I think that's got to change. He definitely can't play in that same position. People have thrown out that potentially he could be a wing back, and I think that's a possibility as well.
He's got that wing back energy that, I don't know.
He's fast. He works hard. He's got industry. That's the tricky thing.
Right. And we have wing backs who have those characteristics. So we can talk about that too.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's like, you're not going to replace Cucurella, and Cucurella does have that industry up and down.
Right.
Could you go on the right side? Maybe. That'll be an interesting thing. Yeah. But I just want to go back to Cole Palmer with one point. I think we're just, and this is kind of the world of football right now. It's just like short memories. But like, I think even the players on the team respect Cole Palmer as the best and most creative player on the team. And when you are that guy, you're just allowed to do things.
Yeah, you are. That is so true.
Even in City, even in Fulham, like City was poor, but Fulham, it's like we see what he does. Like I'll be even frustrated watching him, and I'll be like, Cole, like we're moving up the field, move the ball faster, but then he kind of like slows it down, waits on it, dotes on it, and then somehow that opens up space, and then he dribbles into space, and you're just like, And so every time I see him play like that, and it even
Mhm.
those times that it frustrates me, I'm
Mhm.
right there with you. I'm kind of like, Cole, like, are you him? But then I remember
Right,
it's like,
right.
no, like you do, like you're just not informed right now. And even when you're not informed, I can see what you're trying to do, you
That's
know?
fair, and I can see it too. I just, like, I don't know, I think that's an area he can sharpen up. I see him trying to meg, like, 3 times a game, and I'm just like, "Okay,
Yeah.
if it's on, do it. If it's not,
You gotta trust in the you
if
gotta
it's
trust
not,
in that
don't do it." But
creativity.
you're right, he is probably the most respected player on the field from his team, so
Yeah.
he's gonna be allowed to do it.
Yeah, he
Yep.
still doesn't put a lot of passes wrong. He still does risky. I mean, like when I compare him to somebody like a Bruno Fernandez, who again, it's tough to
Who's
compare because
top?
he's top,
I rate Bruno Fernandez over Palmer.
right? And that's I don't, but I feel you. And the only thing I rate Bruno over Palmer in is that industry. Like Bruno will go back and tackle. Bruno will
Right,
run
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when I think about Bruno being risky and trying things, trying to pick out players, pick out
Mhm.
passes, Bruno be skying that ball, Rosie left and right, weird passes. And
No.
when I see Cole doesn't necessarily put a pass wrong. If he does, it kind of bounces out of bounds because somebody blocks it or something like
Bruno's
that.
stats are, like, off the chart. He's, like, leading for a lot of,
He's doing a good job, but again, it's kind of like
he's top, and I think he's backed it multiple seasons. I just don't think Palmer has backed it enough, in my
yeah,
opinion.
we
I
got to
think he's
get
got too much freedom.
we got to allow him to get back. I mean, again, being out for half a season, you got to give my boy some time to. And again, this is technically he's been out for well, I guess he had a whole drought at the back half of last season, out for half of this season. I'm just hoping that this
Is
is the
he really
time.
him, though? I don't know.
Is Cole Palmer really him? Oh my
I have
God,
my
I'd
Cole
like to see
Palmer
the rest
shirt
of the
too,
Cole
it's
Palmer.
crazy.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But just like you back Enzo and back Neto, like I Cole is there for sure. Cole is there. We got a lot of comments, talking about Enzo. Some people think he's mid. Some people think he's okay. The jury's still out on Enzo to a certain extent, but like you said, the stats don't lie.
He does
He's
the
a
basics very, very well.
Yeah, he's a prominent player. You guys,
He
the
has a
drill.
presence
He has
on the
that
field.
presence, all
Yeah.
of that. If you want to scan the QR code to participate, you can. You can also just take a look at this ticker down here. This is, I think, the latest. Go to minty.com. Use that code that you can see, and you can come participate. Let's talk about Liam Senior really quickly. Not really quickly. This is what this is about. I know you've seen the videos. I know you've read some articles. Are we hopeful? Are we doubtful? Where are you with our new
Okay.
manager?
I think the season's gone. I think it's done. I think it's done. As far
Yikes.
as Messina, I appreciate his honesty and his attitude. He has said, and I quote, he is attack minded. He likes possession, high tempo. He wants an aggressive front foot football. He
Mm-hmm.
wants the fans on the edge of their seats. He's saying all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
He says he understands that Chelsea has a history of winning trophies and he's here to win. I think I love how straightforward that is. Again, it's like you've got to back your talk, but I can appreciate that he's coming in with a winning mentality. I don't think Enzo had that same, at least he definitely wasn't boldly saying like, yeah, I'm ready to win. He was more so, yeah, like, I mean, our goal is like, like to,
Enzo was the worst with the press.
the words.
And I love tactics and all that, and different managers have different kind of things, but like personality is so important, I think,
Yeah.
especially in modern football. Like you
And
need
for
to know how to
young
talk to the press.
players.
Yeah, this is young players. You need to know how to talk to your players.
Yes.
But even when you're not talking directly to your players, because we don't know, what he was saying to the players and how that was different than what he was saying to the press.
Right.
But you have to produce an air of confidence. Like, because not only do you need to manage your players, you need to manage the press, you need to manage all the people watching. We're all fans,
100%.
and that stuff adds up to me, at least. So,
and he says some of his values are teamwork, unity, togetherness, which is sweet and nice. But he seems like he's got some arrogance to him, which I have no problem with.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Couple little things. He's actually our second ever Black coach. Represent! Right. Yeah.
I have no qualms with having a brother at the helm of
Right,
Chelsea.
right. That must be noted. Yep,
Yeah.
second ever Black
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah. Love that.
He led Strasbourg to Europe qualification.
Yeah. They're in the Conference League now. You know, led them to 7th place from 15th. You know,
he's worked with Santos and he's worked with Delap at
Yep.
Hull.
Yep.
And
brought in Delap at Hull, right? Brought him in on loan from City, and that's where Delap became Delap, right?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have. I mean, similarly to Maresca, he doesn't have any crazy qualifications.
Zero that's what I've been trying to tell people who have been like trying to roast me, you know, like about Liam versus Maresca. Like, we got to remember, Maresca didn't really have a resume on him like that either, other than being a Pep disciple.
And we can't even talk about that yet. We can't even talk about Liam versus Maresca. The reality of it is, we talked about it last episode, we have deeper issues.
Yeah, we have way bigger issues.
Is the board. So at this point, let's see what you've got, Liam. If you're saying you actually want to win, I don't know how that's gonna work, though. If I'm being honest, I want to play aggressive front foot football. Have you seen the Premier League, man? Yeah. Do you know what's going to happen the moment we press too heavy? They're in.
Yeah.
They're in. So
which has been our issue all season, to be honest.
Exactly. So I think that's interesting. I don't think that's going to work very long, because that's just it's 90 minutes. Okay, cool. You can do that the first 20, but no, I can't see that working. When he said that, I'm like, yeah, of course we want to see that. How realistic is that? Do you understand our players as well?
Yeah. I'm seeing some of the comments too. You guys, we were reading your comments. It's funny. Reese fan said he was sacked at Hull. Gravy Moxie said something earlier. He said everybody's inconsistent. It's a team sport. But he says, I hear what you guys are saying, but the team is playing bad. I think he's talking about Enzo here. We'll get back to Enzo. But back to Liam, I agree with you. He's saying the right things for a fan. I want to see us play front foot attacking football, but I think we will get counterattacked, especially in the Prem, so quickly. So
I just think that's an interesting, like, again, you're just in a French league. So I think that's an interesting tactic going into the Premier League. What team do you know right now that plays aggressive front foot football?
Yeah, I mean, not even Arsenal to a certain extent. But Arsenal find their ways to press.
Yeah, you got maybe like Leeds in that game, and like Sunderland, something like that. But what teams are realistically, that's our style? We play aggressive front foot football.
But it's more, it's less of just a full style for me, and it's more of like a compliment to his overall. I think I read an article in The Athletic that talked about his tactics. His tactics are very much short passing as well. So that's going to be really interesting.
I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, not sure. But it's not short passing for nothing, though. It's not that sorry ball.
As well, that he doesn't like to do long passes, this and that. And I'm like, no, I think I really enjoy occasionally when Chalba gets it right. I love when Reese does those switches. I love when Enzo plays those deep through balls, and Palmer. So as a fan, I would hate to not see that, in my opinion. I don't just want to be linking up with our wingers. Our wingers, no.
But that's kind of, that's the other thing. Apparently the link up is not through the wing. The link up is through the middle, which is scary to me, but also could bode well. We play aggressive. So think of all the things you've said now. We play aggressive front foot football. So we're going to be up pressing. We're going to try to turn people over. And when we turn people over, we'll maybe, hopefully, and this is kind of what we did against PSG, have the composure to string a couple short passes together to break pressure, to break the immediate counter press. And then we're up through the middle. And who plays up through the middle? Cole Palmer's, even Enzo, the João Pedro's. Like, could that?
Interesting. I just don't know how much we'll benefit from that. I think our wingers, when they're on it, like, I'll bring up even Garnacho. He hasn't been playing lately, but like, he will have good runs off the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
That-
how that's going to work with our personnel, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that kind of brings us into to a lot of tact. Again, we haven't. He's not really Premier League proven. He's
Yeah.
not really proven at all.
Mhm.
One thing I've seen going back over the course of his last 2 year and a half at Strasbourg is that he plays a lot of different formations. So all of that talk about formations and who will fit in, you know, I think for the Chelsea board, that's great because we're hearing that they want, you know, fluidity. They want to see different players play. Like he's
Mhm.
playing different players every game, different formations. So I'm gonna go. Hold on. Let's switch over here.
I hope you've seen our games, man. I hope you know what happens when
When we
Toasty's in that back line.
when we switch the, and that's kind of what I want. Like, all right, switch it up a little bit, but like he's going 3-4-3 to 4-3-3s, 4-3-2-1s. So yeah, this is just kind of a this is not just a what do you think he's gonna pick, but like if you were the manager yourself, what kind of formation would you be wanting to like? We have a clean slate. I am so stuck on this 4-3-2-1 or this I'm sorry 4-2-3-1 that we've been doing with Maresca because
Mhm.
we've had our ups and downs with it. But knowing the personnel we have, the players in form, could a shift in formation benefit us? I'm just curious. This is just a kind of a throwaway
Yeah,
question again.
in my opinion, it's like because at a lot of times we're already playing with three at the back because Maresca inverted all the time. We've been used to playing a back three, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's true
Because
too.
it's like Gusto and Cucurella would be up the field anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think that'll hurt us too much. I do think it would be interesting, if he's trying to play attacking front foot football, AFFF.
And we have three in the back, and it's Tosin, Chalaba, and
I would say we'll
Badiashile.
probably benefit from having three up top. We can't have one. That's
No,
for
we
sure.
definitely can't have one. We need kind of three pressing. I've seen Cole Palmer if he's in the front three of a 4-3-3, I can see him pressing well. A lot of what I'm seeing from Liam Rosignol is the wing play is not the same. Like I think the Garnacho, the Pedro Neto, even Esteval kind of hugging the lines, we might lose that. Again, he plays very heavily through the center of the field.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how it's going to look. I don't know how it's going to look in the Premier League because I think the Premier League requires your wingers to be touchline wingers.
Yeah, I'm trying to, City definitely play with very wide. Arsenal play very wide. Liverpool are kind of
which I like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all of this is going to be interesting.
I like it. I just don't think we have been very successful with it either. You did have a stat a couple of weeks ago that said that Pedro Neto was one of our most producing attacking players.
Yeah.
We've obviously seen what Esteval can do when he's got space kind of up and in the front. But it's not like we have a real system to get it wide and they cut in and shoot or get it wide and they cross. Like we especially in the last 7 games or so, we've lost that real tooth in attack. And it shows, obviously,
I think 3-4-3 could be good.
Yeah, 3-4-3 would be interesting.
And he's like, we've already seen how good 3-4-3 is in the Prem. I don't know if that's sarcastic or.
I think he's talking about he was playing a 3-5-2 and a 3-4-3. He's talking about Amorim and everything Amorim's done. Shout out Man United for just wanting to follow in our footsteps. Y'all kept this coach who hasn't really produced a lot, but again, as people are saying, Man United have gotten better. They're a point ahead of us.
I think I've got to find that screenshot of how someone said potentially Raziner will set up. Because I think I talked about it last week.
Wait, who's Raz? Is Rosignol? Is that our guy?
Rosignol. Why can't I? It's going to take a long
It's going to take a bit. It's going to take
a long time. Rosignol.
Yeah.
Rosignol.
Rosignol.
Yeah, I think it might be because this was what I showed a bit ago. This could potentially be it.
So that's kind of a 4-4-2, but diamond. I didn't put that there. Well, I did put a 4-4. No, I didn't put a 4-4-2. I put a 4-3-3. But that's something I could expect. I could see like Moises at the kind of the 6, the pivot. and then you have like box to boxes, maybe like a Reece James. We got to talk about Reece James, by the way. Like, is he a midfielder now? Like fully?
He's the best player at Chelsea Football Club.
That's a fact.
It. That's
a fact.
it.
That's
He's the best player at Chelsea Football Club.
He can play wherever.
I think he can do whatever we need. I really like him in the midfield. I think we get so much out of him.
I still think his best position is wing back or right back, I should say, right back. But the thought process of the amount of effort, especially with like a Racine lineup, where maybe it's the backs that are doing that industry up the, there's not really traditional wingers anymore. I think that it will be just too much strain on him. And so he will thrive and be healthier in the midfield.
Yeah. Like Gusto for sure, fitness wise, is
up and down.
Yep, probably just fine. And that's what he can do, and that's that.
Right.
Versus Reece just has so much to offer that it's like, okay, if right back's covered this game, why not? Let's keep you in the mid. And he's been playing he has to have been playing mid for nearly half the season, right? At least.
He's played a lot of games now. Certainly the games that we've not been playing well, but certainly those games he's been playing midfield, and I've been fine with him in the midfield. So I think I'm finally ready to accept that and see him thrive, I guess. The
good thing is it's not like we're accepting him in a bad position. Like
or accepting a worse version of him. He is still
a worse version of him is crazy.
Yeah.
No. There's no way. There's no
worse version of Reece.
He's just been so top. It's so interesting because the pundits we're talking about Rice in the middle. We're talking about Caicedo. We should be talking about Reece in the middle. He's so good.
No, he is. He's really good. We just need to start
top
producing because, I have zero like fears whenever he comes in the middle. Like when he came and subbed on.
Think about his ball striking ability, his IQ to see balls, as well as being such an asset on defense.
Yeah,
I just think
he controls the tempo to a certain extent. He doesn't lose the ball. He controls the tempo. He finds slick passes. When he came on against Fulham, we actually started playing better. It's just unfortunate that we got that second goal scored.
Yeah, and it really looks like, I guess, this medical staff, it looks serious because if we're having to play Tosin,
So on that note, we still have this list of center backs. Obviously, we're hoping that Colwell will come back healthy by the end of the season. But this is the list of center backs we have who are available and healthy right now for us. Fofana healthy is a little up in the air. Haven't seen him in a couple of games, but
Hato is a liability, man.
Hato is a liability, though. I will say, and this is again like Callum McFarlane just kind of threw him in. I thought Josh was doing fine, and he kind of just got subbed in that Man City game, and really was put on an island. So it's like Hato's a bit of a liability, but he's athletic enough to cover his blushes in a way.
Yeah.
We saw that in Fulham. You know, he got run down the same way Cucurella got run down, and Hato actually came and had a goal-saving tackle. You know? So
supposedly Callum has been asked to be a part of Rafinha's backroom staff. He's not. Someone else is going to be appointed for the U21s.
Good for him. Maybe John Terry's getting a chance to move on up. You know how things go. Things move quickly in the world of football. We had talked about this, guys, off like just before in prepping for the show. And we were talking about the thought process that if Arsenal wins this year, a lot of people are thinking that they will become a dynasty. And I think we both agreed, Alexis, that I don't think there's dynasties in football anymore.
No.
Not like it used to be.
Yeah, not how it used to be because players are getting traded way too quickly. Like you see, what's his name? Dean Howson, who was at Bournemouth. It's like, oh, cool. Now you get to go to Real Madrid.
Right.
Kirkez, who was also at Bournemouth, I think.
Yeah.
Now, boom, you're at Liverpool.
You're at Liverpool.
I think when you tweak teams like that, you're not going to get that dynasty.
Yeah. I mean, I think people were thinking PSG were going to be a dynasty. And again, there's still remains to be seen. But I mean, they've been trailing in their own league to Marseille for half the season.
Yeah.
They don't look very dynasty like, you know what I mean? Like you remember the Liverpool, the 2017 City and Liverpool. Like, it
Yeah.
was like, damn, like this is gonna be a
Yeah, and
rivalry
City
for
winning
years.
what, 3-4 years in a row?
4 years in a row, right?
Yeah, so I
You
just
know,
I don't know. With the amount of games we're having nowadays, I don't think we're gonna see that. And with how players are just being traded so quickly, it's like
yeah.
I don't think people are given enough time. It's like, okay, they have a breakout season. Oh, cool, we're gonna sign you.
You're a top player, and now you're our
And then
number
they
one player.
actually come to the team and you're like, oh shoot, this just isn't your level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But back to especially defenders who can. Again, I know Hato feels like a liability, but I think he's going to get a lot more time under Rosignol, and I think he'll probably do better. Again, Rosignol does, from what we know at Strasbourg, and I don't know if Strasbourg had as I mean, them being the youngest team by far in Europe, I don't know if they had as strict of circumstances in terms of rotating players and medical, suggestions. But, along the lines with this medical suggestion stuff that we're hearing from the Chelsea top brass, and just how Rosignol has been playing his teams in Ligue 1, I think we're gonna see some Josh too. Josh should get a lot of more minutes, but we'll probably also see a lot of Badiashile
We
and
are
Tosin.
in dire need for some sort of consistency, for some sort of chemistry on
Yes.
the center backs. I do not think center back should be rotated.
Yeah.
Those are the two positions on the field that just shouldn't change unless there's injuries. So
Yeah.
we are just in dire need of some sort of chemistry back there,
We need
because
something.
again, you'll have a left-footed player then playing the right side of the CB, and then it's like, yeah, no.
It's too much, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna get any more consistency with Rosignol in. So we're gonna see. Wing players. Who do you think will thrive the most? And I'm putting wing backs and kind of our attacking wingers all together in this. Are you going to see Alejandro Garnacho really? I think Garnacho and Gittins are really going to fade, unfortunately.
It's so crazy because it's like the moment you kind of like have that off game, like Garnacho's been like a thing of the past. I haven't even thought about him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I actually put Esteval and Gusto because I think Gusto is finally returning back to that form that he was under Poch. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think if he's going to keep doing things like that, like taking players down and using his speed, I think that could be really beneficial for him. And then Esteval, I'm hoping that Rosignol sees the talent and will keep him on the field.
I agree with you. We had talked earlier this episode about Neto maybe becoming more of a wing back role, especially if we're playing a lot more through the center and we just kind of have our wing backs up and down.
He's so poor on the left. That's the one thing I will say. He is so poor on the left.
He's not good on the left but he's also not a very creative player at all.
Yeah. So, and these past 2 games, he's been really poor. It's like he doesn't know how to dribble. I don't know what happened, because you know me, I've been on his side, but like these past 2 games, I think when he shaved his beard, things got weird. I was like, who is this player? I was like, who is this? I saw it was Neto. I'm like, yo, what?
You were like, is this Mark Guillou? Now Mark Guillou has a beard.
Who is this?
Reese fan says the answer is nobody will thrive, but I agree with you in Esteval, but I don't think from a wing standpoint. I think because he's a skill player, he might migrate more inside. So if we're looking at that, 4-3-2-1, he might be one of the two, maybe him alongside Cole Palmer, something like that. I think Esteval will do well, but I agree. Gusto for sure is going to thrive in the system. He's going to be able to play on the wings and just use his industry
this season. He's been really good.
I think Neto will definitely. I'm really curious to see how he's utilized, because you're right. Like if this system becomes the Christmas tree or the very direct line formation that we think it will be, Neto has no choice but to kind of play more of a wing back, Felipe Luis type of vibe,
Yeah. Agreed.
And we see, Ben Chilwell played at Strasbourg with Liam Rosignol, so we're gonna have to see. I've now put Reese in the midfield because we've said it. Reese is a midfielder now, but who from the midfield standpoint I guess the bigger question is, will Enzo Fernandez thrive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're getting the best of him, to be honest. We're gonna get more. I think he has found his footing. I hope I'm not biting my words when I
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious where he'll play though. I'm curious because we were talking about it a little bit how Callum decided to put Palmer at right wing and then putting Enzo at the 10. So I'm really curious. And this is what I'm kind of interested to see with a new manager is like, how are you going to utilize our players? I hear you saying the potential is scary, which I agree. I think we are at our best when everybody's in their best position. And I know you feel like Reese's best position is right
Reese's best
back.
position is right back.
But
So I don't know.
I think we're at our best when everybody is playing their best position and not trying to overcomplicate it.
It's so weird. We're hearing like differing comments too, because Rosenior is also not an overcomplicated coach. He's more pragmatic apparently. So we're going to see.
Right.
I just don't know where Enzo will play. That's my issue.
Yeah. You
It's
know
the
what?
same
What it
question
might
I've always had.
What it might be is it might be Enzo Caicedo. That's no. What it might be is James and Caicedo.
Right.
And then he might really use Enzo as a 10 and he might put Palmer.
We didn't talk about this when we were talking about Fulham, but what was your at least first, what was it until Cucurella got red carded? 30 minutes of seeing Enzo at the 10 with Palmer on the left. Was that did you like what you saw there?
I mean, it's so weird how Palmer worked in the PSG game being right. But realistically, I don't think that's his best position because he definitely doesn't have the pace on the wing. So it's like, yeah. So
he could never just go and beat a player. Like
he even did better when he had to be a false 9 for us at times. But no, I don't see him as a winger.
Right. It's going to be interesting. Again, in a team that claims a lot of possession, he's great. Like I could see him playing wing, even over Saka maybe for England, maybe, not like, don't come for me. Like, but to your point, he's a 10. The world of football hasn't really had floating 10s in a long time. So it has been awkward, but he's been able to kind of do his thing at least for 2.5 years. He hasn't done much this year, but we're going to see.
Palmer warm. I'm kidding.
Wait, what did you say?
I said Palmer warm.
Oh yeah, warm Palmer.
I'm kidding.
Lukewarm Palmer. Yeah, no, don't give up on him yet. To that point.
It's so crazy. The thing I had to accept is like football fans are crazy. Like Callum ties the game. Callum's our GOAT. You see all these memes, this and that. Player has a bad game. Sell him. Like fans are crazy.
Nah, and that's what I appreciate about us. I don't feel like we flip-flop too much. No, obviously, we have differing perspectives as the season goes on, but
I think we're pretty fair.
Yes, I think I agree. And I think Cole will thrive. I think Cole will find his stride.
Attacker will thrive. This only allows us to vote for one, so I will.
Yeah, name your guy. It's got to be Liam.
Right at this point. The crazy thing is, it's like Liam, if you can't score at least 8 goals for the rest of this, you're probably getting sold.
Yeah.
So who do I think will thrive?
You're right. Out of these 5.
I mean, you know what? Let me vote for Liam. Rosenior has some history with you. I think that helps players. Like, if I'm being honest, Liam's probably like, yes. Like someone who I already worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Rosenior can get a better Liam out of him than Maresca.
Yeah.
Since there's only one player we can pick, I'm picking Cole. I can't even pick anymore. My phone just died, unfortunately. But I think I'm going to pick Cole. But I'm hoping that Liam does better, and I think Liam actually might do better. He will thrive over Joao Pedro. Like we've been talking about Joao for so long.
Yeah, because if we're thinking striker, and I think Liam, you have not shown us enough at all.
Yeah,
but you have shown us some strength up top.
Yeah,
and if we're gonna link up a little bit around you, I think that could be good. It's also tricky because Ja at the 10 also would be fine.
Yeah, he's a good player, and it's just like you know, all season I've been saying, like, Joao, you got to go and be a striker. Got to go and figure out how to be a striker. And it's clear that that's just not his thing. I think my question is, would you be okay with Liam if he didn't score, if he scored less than 8 goals a season, but had incredible link-up play? Or do you need your striker to score? Yeah.
No, we have players who can link up play. I just saw Des EFC. He says if Chelsea are serious about winning the Premier League, which we're not serious about that, by the way.
Not this year.
They need to buy Thiago from Brentwood, total goal machine. I think that's interesting. I think way too early to tell.
Way too early
to tell. He's doing fantastic, but no.
I mean, even Mbeumo put together at least a couple of years of a body of work. Igor Thiago is just having a crazy season.
Yeah. And Mbeumo, I think, has the record for that as well. And he barely is moving to Man United, a higher caliber team.
Yeah.
That's what I am not really liking about football right now is it's like you have a breakout season. Now they're trying to sign you.
Now you're the top player. Yeah, exactly. Like,
hey, you need a resume.
Igor Thiago's also like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, we wouldn't even go for that. What the interesting thing is, I think he's on track to beat the most goals that a Brazilian has ever scored in the Premier League.
That's a very interesting stat. That's actually really interesting. You know, knowing the Williams and the Brazilians we've had.
I think in a single season, something like that.
Yeah. I guess Gabby Jesus never amounted. Yeah, that's a really.
He's already at. Wait, I think he scored a hat trick yesterday.
He scored 2 yesterday. I think he scored a hat trick at the weekend.
Okay, yeah. I'm curious where he's at.
He's at like 14 or 15 now to Holland's like
16.
19.
Yeah, Holland 20 and Semenyo is at 10, right under.
Yeah, and Semenyo on to City.
And Dominic Calvert-Lewin is at 9.
Crazy I mean, good work. For him. Good for the boy. Like
crazy work.
That guy's doing numbers right now for Leeds. Yeah. Like they're doing their thing. Just another shout out. Can you imagine having Doku and Semenyo on either flank? Like
that's too much.
It's just a lot. I'm just curious what City's going to do. And Pep is in his last 6 months. So whoever is going to work.
He has another year.
Oh, he's got one more year after this on his contract? Okay.
Yeah, I think he had 2 years. So
Yeah. Last one. So attacker, we got. We'll see how these teams shakes out. But this is really kind of what I want to know from you. Obviously, we've had our thoughts on Racinier and what he's doing, but what are our expectations for this season? What are yours and just going forward, assuming Racinier can keep his job?
Okay, so let me just inform chat audience. Arsenal right now is at 48 points. Let's keep that in perspective. We are at 31. That is 17 points under. The gap between us and even 4th place right now is 3 points. The gap between 3rd place is 12 points. And
who is that? Who's in 3rd right now?
Aston Villa with 43.
Wow.
So we right now are currently in 8th place. Liverpool has 34 in 4th. Brentford is ahead of us, and Newcastle and Man United.
Yeah, but I think from
4th
to 15th is something like 5 points or something, right? It's
from
like
4th to 15th. Yeah. It's like margins. Like
one game can change everything.
One game can change everything. I think we should expect to finish 5th and hopefully the top 5 qualify for Champions League this year.
So not even top 4. You can name 4 teams.
No, I think we've done too much damage, in all honesty.
Yeah, I don't expect. United hasn't played the teams we have. Like United has literally been dropping points to Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland. Like, you know what I mean? We're dropping points to, we're also dropping points to Sunderland, but we're also dropping.
We're not looking
we're drawing the cities.
I think we're gonna have to hope that. I think this year is the same as last year. Top 5 qualify.
Yeah.
I'm not. Is it?
No. I think an English team has to win it for us to have 5 teams in the Champions League. Yeah.
Which team has to win it?
I think an English team has to win it. No, I might be wrong because the Champions League did expand. So maybe it is top 5 for
hopefully it's top 5.
Right now, I don't think it is. I think
if
Europa's.
It's not, then I can't see us finishing above 5th. We've been so inconsistent. I would love that, but I'm tired of being delusional.
Yeah. I feel like we have to keep a certain level of delusion, not Arsenal level or anything like, or United level to that point. I know I say that and everybody's, oh, Arsenal's top. Arsenal hasn't won anything yet, so I don't want to hear any of that. But I do think we have the team and the quality to be a top 4 side, knowing that we're 3 points from top 4, right? We'll see what happens in this Liverpool game today. That'll be an interesting measure, but I don't see Liverpool winning today. So we're just going to have to, I honestly see Arsenal just going. Like, I don't, as much as I don't want to say it, I just see them going.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think they're winning the title.
Yeah, they're going to win the title. And so we're going to have to fight with City, who continues to drop points. We're going to have to fight with Villa, who can definitely face a run of bad form. I don't think we're
in any fight with City. Do you know how much 12 points is? Like, no, real talk. That's a whole game swing.
That's 4 wins and 4 losses.
That's a month of games. Yeah, I think to manage our expectations, let's shoot for 5th. You know what? Maybe 4th. Liverpool. If Liverpool drops points today, but this is going to be brutal. This is going to be. Yeah.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Yeah. So we're going to have to manage our expectations as Chelsea fans. I'm going to stay relatively delusionally hopeful, maybe just because we have a black coach, or maybe because we have some new blood or something. Like
Second black coach ever.
Whatever it is, he's saying the right things. And I think that speaks for a lot. You know, once it's going to be really hard to say the right things once you put together some really bad results.
Right.
He's going to have an FA Cup game to start this weekend against Charlton, and that'll just get your feet wet, and then we have Arsenal next week. So we're jumping right in, and then we have Champions League. And then
the way he has to come in right now, you got to feel for him.
Yeah, you're gonna have a game every 3 days. Like, this is
also, people were saying Maresca was emotional. That's an emotional leave. I agree. I mean, why are you leaving without pay, bro?
I agree too. Let them fire you. Like, try
to
stay.
Let them fire you, and really, okay. I'm so tired of being micromanaged. All right, people are already backing you as a good manager,
right?
As a great manager, people are already backing you like that. Why don't you just stay, and someone else is gonna sign you? Like, let's be real, you're gonna get signed.
But again, don't let it happen in the media. Go talk to the board and be like, look,
exactly. And now that it's really settled, I'm looking at that and I'm just like, okay, Maresca, that really wasn't cool to leave us like this in the season.
Yeah, real whiny behavior. Meanwhile, we see, and again, we don't know how long this will transpire, but Rosenior and Eggball seem to have a connection. Obviously,
right over there sitting in the stands together,
over there holding hands. But again, he's been Eggball's manager as a Blueco manager at Strasbourg.
Out.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to see, but more to come. Tap in with us next week. We'll probably have to do another Thursday show next week, but we'll be around. Make sure to tap into our Instagram. Starter Bench CFC.
Yes, I'll show it for you guys. Starter Bench CFC.
Starter Bench CFC.
Tap that follow.
Reese fan said Arsenal delusional. Maresca and Ten Hag have more titles than Arteta in 2 years compared to 7. Just letting you guys know, we still got seasons to play. You got to play the whole season. But Arsenal is good. We're gonna see what they look like against Liverpool, and that'll be a good test. Next week, guys, tap in with me. For those who like to do watch parties, give me about 5 minutes and we'll be jumping back in.
Okay, guys.
All hope. We should win this weekend. And we're not going to talk to you guys until after the Arsenal game. So you will get Arsenal reactions from us next week.
Yes.
We will see you guys later. Thank you, everybody, for tapping in. Chris, Reese fan, all our people.
Matt, you have to say our slogan.
Listen, we already know. We're still going to give you, whether you got a new manager or not, it's still Matt and Alexis giving you what's new
and what's blue.
We're here.
Hi, guys.
It's Starter Bench, baby. See you guys.